Hello! You found me participating in one of my favorite outdoor activities, which is hiking during the fall and winter months. Here on Staten Island, we're so privileged to have the Greenbelt's 2,800 acres of land and 35 miles of hiking trails to explore year-round. In the fall and winter months, the temperatures can get colder, and in order to best plan ahead and prepare for our outdoor excursions, we need to learn the following topics: the mechanisms of heat loss and the base layer system in order that we can fully enjoy our winter environments. Before we begin our cold weather journey through the Greenbelt, let's explore the way our human bodies lose heat. Understanding heat loss and the mechanisms that cause it will help us to be comfortable while exploring the outdoors during our cold winter months. Our bodies overall are continuously working to stay at 98.6 degrees, but there are other elements in the world that are continuously trying to pull that heat away from us, and it's our job to secure it. Firstly, we want to talk about radiation. What is radiation? Well, our skin and our body is continuously radiating heat away from us. When we're spending time in the outdoors, especially during these chilly times, the environment around us is pulling that heat away from our body. Specifically, where our veins are coming really close to the surface of our skin, whether near our wrists, our neck, and our heads. Later on, we'll talk about what are the clothes we can wear in order to mitigate such heat loss. The second mechanism of heat loss we're going to discuss is convection. So whenever you're out in the woods, you might notice that the leaves are moving in the trees. Well, that's the wind coming through the forest. And our body, as it's radiating heat, like we just mentioned before, that wind that is moving through the world is also pulling our heat away. So there's a lot of different methods we can utilize when going in the outdoors in order to mitigate heat loss through convection. And we'll talk about that shortly. The third mechanism of heat loss we're going to discuss is conduction. As I mentioned before, our bodies are continuously working to stay at 98.6 degrees. But what happens when we touch something that's colder than us? It could be a rock, it could be sitting on the log, it could be the earth itself. By me sitting on this log and it being colder than I am, it's pulling heat out of my body into itself and leaving me rather chilly. The fourth mechanism of heat loss we're going to discuss is evaporation. Even during the cold months when we're hiking, running, or riding, we sweat. When that sweat gathers on the surface of our skin, it begins to evaporate, causing a cooling effect within our body. This is another mechanism of heat loss that we can avoid by planning ahead and preparing. The fifth mechanism of heat loss is respiration. Have any of you ever come out in a chilly morning, took an exhale, and saw steam coming out? Well, that is your body losing moisture through your mouth. Just like a dog pants in order to manage its own body heat, when we're allowing respiration to evaporate out of our mouth, it is also having a cooling effect on our body. That's why during the cold winter months, it's important to find ways to protect from heat loss. Now that we've explored the 5 mechanisms of heat loss, let's explore what clothing we need to select in order to protect our bodies from heat loss during the cold winter months. Obviously, it's a little chilly right now and I don't have a whole lot of layers on, but the layer I do have on is known as my base layer. Sometimes base layers can be made of synthetic material like polypropylene, other times they can be made of merino wool. But what both layers do is wick moisture away from your body, which is helping you from losing heat loss with that cold sweat leaning against your body. Secondly, you want to insulate your body. What I'm going to use here is a down layer as my insulating layer. Some people might use down, fleece, or wool. But what does this layer do? Well, this is helping to trap my body's heat within this insulating layer, right? Our body is radiating heat, and by wearing something like a fleece or a down, you can help to keep that heat that your body's producing, right? It's fighting towards 98.6 degrees within you, and it's not being lost into the environment around you. Thirdly, we have our shell. Now, shells can come in different varieties, right? Sometimes you just have a summer rain shell to protect you from rain. Sometimes you have a ski shell, but either of these can work with the other 2 layers to protect you. And so This is not only keeping that body heat that my body's producing within my insulating layer, it's also protecting me from losing heat loss through convection. So as the wind comes, pew, pew, it's bouncing off of this layer and helping me to retain that body heat. After that, you have some other parts of your body that are still exposed. I talked a little bit earlier about veins being really close to your wrists, neck, and head. And so in order to prevent heat loss that way, we want to put on some nice gloves. Here I have some just basic fleece gloves that are going to protect my hands from radiating heat, but also from losing moisture and from conducting in case I'm picking anything up. After that, I want to do something around my face, right? We want to help to protect our body from losing heat through respiration. So I'm going to cover my mouth, and even though I love trucker hats, I want to put something on that's a little bit more insulating so that I'm not losing heat through the top of my head. And this is the 3 base layer system. Spending time in the outdoors provides human beings with a whole variety of benefits, from the physical health benefits from exercising, to the mental health benefits of exploring natural spaces, to the relationships that we have with other people and communities. Even in those cold winter months, it's worth getting outside. But in order to do that, you need to plan ahead and prepare and be safe so that you can take most advantage of spending time in our natural spaces. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you're interested in learning more nature bites, visit us at sigreenbelt.org. We'll see you on the trail.